Hey everybody, this is Cindy over at paper.old.new. As you can hear, I'm still in recovery. Uh, I filmed that little Happy Easter video with an explanation of what was going on with me a few days ago. Well, actually, I think it's been almost a week now. And right after I did that, I lost my voice. I was still sick, and I thought I was over it, but I wasn't quite. And I lost my voice, and I was back in bed for a little bit. So, yeah, so I've been a little behind. I haven't been able to get down here in my craft room, and yeah, it's been driving me kind of stir crazy. But so there's probably going to be a few videos where you hear me sounding like this because I finally got my voice back, but it's still recovering a little bit. I was watching Roxy's challenges, so I know the ones I'm behind on. And while I know it's not a must catch up kind of a thing, they looked like a lot of fun. So I have been playing when I had no voice, and I was able to get down here. I did play with some things and make a few shapes to stick to cardboard. So I've already done the cutting part, so you guys won't be watching me cut out my shapes. But we're going to create some little things like this. Now I have this stiff card. It's almost like a poster board, but really, really thick. And I'm hoping that it works because my foam, I don't think my foam is as thick as hers either. This is just kids craft foam, by the way. It's adhesive. It's got a sticky back, which was nice because like she said in her video, you can draw things on the back and then cut them out. Now I had a thought while I was, in my brain fog of whateverness. Wow, that is really okay. In addition to all these shapes that I have cut, like I drew this one on the back and I cut it out. It's in pieces. So this is a piece, and this is a piece, and this is a piece. And then I cut these are scrap pieces, which I'm going to use for something. And then there's an extra flower that needs mounted. And here's another extra flower. And then I got this bright idea to see which ones of my punches would punch through craft foam. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them get stuck and it tears them up. And then others, the opening to get the paper in is just big enough for the paper, so you can't slide a piece of foam in there. So lots of different reasons why I only have certain shapes. But I do have some shapes from punches, which I thought would be kind of fun. So I'm going to get all this stuff out and we'll stick them down and see what we can come up with. I've got some suns. I also thought it would be fun to use the negative space pieces. And then I have all these tiny pieces, which I'm going to save. Like, those came out of, I tested a corner punch, and that's what that came out of that corner punch. Little drops like this, which I thought would be really fun to use, but I don't think I'm going to, make you guys watch me do something so tedious. There's the corner punch, by the way. I thought maybe I would stick it, if I can find the other one. I thought maybe I would stick them together like this and make a little diamond with, I don't know. Thought that might be fun. All these little teardrops I'm going to put off to the side because we're not going to do those today. That would just be too much. And then these ones with the fish, I got these little fish. See how tiny? And again, at some point, maybe you'll see me use them in a video, but, or maybe I'll stop this video and put them on board and then show you what they look like so that you don't have to watch me with such tedious little pieces. I had a leaf punch that worked, and then I had one leaf punch that didn't. So I have some leaves here. I saved all these corners from cutting these hexagon shapes. And I thought I could do something with those. Sorry, I know you guys are just watching me sort. I'm not really doing anything productive. Okay, so yeah, I thought maybe. Okay, so here's my cardstock pieces. Now, one of the things I wanted to do was I thought maybe it would be kind of fun to put these down. Now, they kind of go out of shape, so hopefully they'll be round enough. But put that down like that and then make kind of a checkerboard pattern with negatives and positives. So that one there. And I'll probably only do 4 so that I have the other ones to have as singles in case I want to use just one for something. And this one will go like this right here. Hopefully relatively straight. Okay, and then one of these. In that square, like that. So kind of a pattern stamp. And then we'll set these ones off to the side. I'll use them on their own. Okay, and then we'll cut this out. Cut it close like she did. And that way I can use, I know generally the size. And we'll see how that works. So I've got 2. Okay. Now for all these leaves, I wanted one by itself. Oh, I got a sun, another sun. I want to do a flower by itself. I wonder if I should do some of the mark making in the foam that she did was really neat. I don't know if it'll work on mine because my foam is not, I don't think my foam's as thick as hers. Like I said, it's kids craft foam. I don't know that it's as thick as the stuff that she got because she said she got hers and it was for chair legs, like padding when you move furniture and stuff so they don't scratch your floor. And that might be thicker than what I have. Okay, so we're going to cut these. Yeah, so while I was not feeling well, I was still watching videos, especially the ones for like, as her challenges were coming up. I would watch and see, you know, what the next challenge was. And here I am. Okay, now my idea for these little triangles is going to be kind of like a scaly pattern. I don't know how to describe it. This is a thought in my head, so we're going to see how well it works. Yeah, whatever this was that it kind of is running through my house. Oh, somebody's home. Probably should have done some of these while I was off camera, but I didn't. So the idea... Oh, these ones go the other way. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I could... This wasn't the original idea, but I suppose I could do this. So the idea was just to make a pattern out of these triangles, as you can see. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, because we're kind of making these handmade and they kind of look all crazy. Do I have any more that go that way? See how crooked that is? It's very crooked. Okay, and then we go back the other way. This pattern is all over the place. So yeah, kind of a odd little triangle pattern. I don't think I have enough going in any one direction left to do an entire row of either. Wait, I have a bunch up here. I don't understand why most of them are the one direction. It's very strange. Okay. Let me get all these little papers out of here. Oh, wait. Nope. I'm not sure how my OCD brain will deal with this, but we'll see. Right, we're going to cut this one off like that. And we have another little pattern. Okay. Now for these little schools of fish, I think I want to put one on with the border. And two on without the border. I can't change them up or anything, so it's just going to be the other thing is I don't think I can do anything about the seam either, so like however this goes on here, there's going to be a like a line between them. So let's see how that looks. There's that, and then this one has a border on it. I was actually surprised this stamp worked at all. I was kind of expecting this to be one of the ones that wouldn't, but I say stamp. Punch. Okay, now for one, I wanted to try like a if I was to put a leaf It's like a falling leaf pattern. I don't know. Does that make sense? this down a little bit. So this is just a I thought this would be fun to have as a stamp. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about cutting these into little rectangles or squares, like not necessarily all the same or exact, and making like a checkerboard pattern. But again, I think this is going to be one of those ones that I do like I put it aside and I do that one off camera. I want to do this one. I was kind of excited about this one. So I'm going to make a sort of honeycomb pattern. Hopefully. See how it turns out. And again, these are all irregular. The spacing isn't exact. It's just kind of I do want it to kind of fit. Yeah, that fits okay. Like that. Ooh, this is a rough one, guys. This one didn't cut very well, did it? It's like all over the place. Length of sides wise. Okay, now I thought that would be kind of fun. Have like a little honeycomb shape. Now I'm actually thinking about doing this only because that might allow me to fit them together, kind of. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe cutting this one out will help me fit it together better. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut this one out, actually. I don't know if I can get my scissors in there. Okay. And that way, maybe if I'm doing them down a page, I can fit them together better. Or see which one is the opening and which one is the, like that. Okay. Look at that, I can use this little scrap of cardboard to make this little guy. This is just a random shape thing. So all right, guys, I'm going to start stamping. See how they look. I suppose mine are more punched shapes than cut shapes. But I had a ton of fun making them though. Let's do this. I'll cut that off. This is going in the square pile. Like I said, Actually, give me just a minute. I'm going to put the rest of these little pieces onto something, and then we can see them all. And we'll stamp them all on paper. Okay, so I put these little guys on here, and I did this checkerboard with the messed up middle, which I just thought was fun. It had to do with the sizes and all that kind of stuff. And then I did raindrops or strawberry seeds or watermelon seeds or whatever you want to end up using those for. And then here's a little school of fish. This was the pieces that came out of here. There's my dog again. Now the only thing I didn't glue down, and I was just getting ready to, and I figured I'd turn my camera back on, is these are, you ever get cosmetic sponges? You know these things? These are what was holding the cosmetic sponges together. And they reminded me of those, like from the 50s and 60s, those little retro star things that you see on stuff. So I thought maybe I would try it. Now this is a softer foam. It's not as dense, so I don't know how it's going to work as a... It's more like the foam we use for these. So I don't know how this is going to work, but I figured, what the heck. I thought maybe it would be a fun... I also don't know how well it's going to glue down, but I'm hoping Fabri-Tac will hold it to the cardboard. This is not adhesive foam. Like I said, it came from, it's the in-betweens from those cosmetic sponges, so. And this will be one of the last ones I try to make marks with because, I want to let the glue have time to set before I try to, not to mention the fact that I get the feeling it's going to take a lot to get them inked. Just by the nature of knowing how this foam works. It takes a lot to get one of those little daubers started just for inking edges. So I don't know how well this is going to work as a stamp. It might not work at all, in which case I'll just but it might work with paint, so I won't get rid of it. I just won't use it with ink. One more, and then we'll pull out some pages. To start stamping on, or a page. Like Roxy just tested, Rachel just tested all of her stamps. One of these days, guys. Rachel just tested all of her stamps on one sheet of paper, so maybe we'll do that just to see how they do. Okay, yeah, this one I get the feeling is going to be better for paint than for ink, but, depending on how the video goes, we might give that a try. Okay, let me put I have resorted to sticking this in here. One of the things I did while I was indisposed, so to speak, was clean up in my craft space a little bit, so it's a little less crazy in here. I have some, here we go, we'll use one of these. Okay, and let me get some ink. Wrong drawer. I think I'll just use, actually, I think we'll just use this black and we'll see how it does. I mean, don't know how it's going to do. It's going to be hard to tell whether it's got ink on it too, because my foam is black. Yeah, there we go. That worked. Okay, so we got that one. Let's try this one. Will this fit here? Maybe? No? Yeah, it should. Okay, let's try this one. Like I said, I probably should have used a different color because I had a whole stack. I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed the piece off the top of the stack and started punching and cutting. But I probably should have grabbed something that wasn't black. So that I would be able to tell when it had ink on it. Oh, I like that. Hopefully when I use colored inks, I'll be able to tell better. Look, I'm getting ink all over my sheet. Let me get a piece of book page in here. And kind of, we'll do it on here. Yay. These work great. This is kind of cool. I'm looking forward to, I know the next one that she does is like the jelly plate thing. Now, I don't have a jelly plate, so I'm not sure what to use in its place, but I'll figure something out, I guess. This is supposed to be like a falling. Yeah, I like that one a lot. So, see guys, you can use your punches to make shapes also. This is a negative space one. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Now here, we'll do the positive fish. Let's do some of these ones I cut. Nope, other way. I'll have ink all over my fingers if I do it that way. Just because these are so shallow. I might end up mounting them on something bigger. Like thicker. It's getting on my fingers. That's why you see the smears on here. So, see. I thought these flowers would be kind of fun to do, like when she did the little, wait. Let me see if I can. Let's try that. I don't know if those little dots will stay. Like, I hope they do, but I don't know. Yeah. Made like a center in the flower. That's kind of cute. Okay. All right, now here's the one I cut, and I did, like I put 3 things that I cut out together to make a little flower thing. So let's see how this one looks. Hey, that's nifty. All right. I'm running out of space on my sheet. I don't have a ton left, but I do have enough that I don't think they're all going to fit on here, unless I start overlapping. Oh, it's backwards. I mean, if I did it this way. Yeah, I'll have to do it. I have to remember that when I'm stamping it. I might have to flip this sheet over, guys, to do the last few. Because our little sun pattern definitely isn't going to fit over here. So what if I do it like this? But I think that's upside down. I don't know. Okay, let's try this one. It's little. There we go. Raindrops. Yeah, this is a ton of fun. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. Hopefully I won't get ink on my mat. I think for the most part it's dry, maybe? I don't know. About to find out. Okay, I want to try this one. I'm really curious about this one. We'll see how this one looks. That's cool. I like that. If you're coughing in the background, that's not me. That's my son. You guys ever notice when you get sick and it's got a cough in it? The cough is the last thing to go. Okay, guys, we're going to give it a shot. I don't know how well it's going to work. Oops. Oh, it did work. Check that out. Okay. Although I will say they wiggle. So, I don't know if you can see that. The little tips wiggle. So you just have to go straight down and straight up. Because I kind of rubbed it or pressed it and it wiggled the corners. But yeah, so there's that pattern, which is kind of cool. So that was my foray into the mark making. I do like the ones that I did by hand. So like I cut these ones by hand, these ones. This honeycomb one was cut by hand. The rest of them all came out of punches. So yeah, 2 different ways to do this, but they turn out really cool and that's a ton of fun. So thanks Rachel once again for another fun idea, and I can't wait to try these with paint to do the jelly print things, because I have never done that, and I don't actually have a jelly print mat, so I have to figure out what I'm going to use in its place, but I'm sure there's something, and I will see you guys in week 15. Bye-bye.